we just finished hollowing out the inside of our piece. So now we're going to move on to one of the most important parts of this whole thing, which is going to be sanding and polishing. The technique we're going to be using today is something I actually learned when I was in school for being an aircraft mechanic. And we are going to cross sand this. So we're going to do one pass with the machine running, and then we're going to go 90 degrees, and that's going to help get the scratch marks that we previously put in. So we're going to work our way down with some sandpaper using that, and then we'll go ahead and put the sanding sealer on and switch over to some polish. So we're going to start by machine sanding with, this is 120 grit. So we're going to turn this on, not too fast, and then just go across it like we normally would for a bowl or any other piece. So now you can see our resin has all these little scratch marks in it. So now what we're going to go do is get our 220, which will be the next step down, and we're going to actually sand across the grain like this. And that's going to do a lot more to get these scratches going this way out than it would if we were to use this grit and machine sand it again. So we'll just go ahead and we're going to do the whole vase. So we're going to keep sanding this with our 220, and then we're going to work our way down to the 320, which we're going to sand with the machine running again, and then we're going to end doing a cross sand with 600 grit. So we'll go ahead and keep working at that, and then when we come back we'll start talking about polish. Alright, so we've sanded all the way down to 600 grit, and there's still some little lines in there, but we're not too worried about that because once we polish this out, those are going to disappear. So now we are going to go ahead and put sanding sealer on. This is the one I like to use, the Mylans. I think it works pretty good. This is one of my favorite parts because this is where the resin starts to really like shine up a little bit. The wood grain starts to come out. So we'll go ahead and put a nice coating on this. One thing we didn't cover was how to sand the inside. My little sanding stick wasn't going to fit in there, so what I did was just took a piece of sandpaper and attached it to this and then turned the machine on and sanded it kind of against the side here. The inside, really, it doesn't need to be perfect or like a mirror glass finish or anything. We just want it decently smooth. So to get sanding sealer on the inside, which is fairly important, all I've done is just taped a brush to a stick, and we're just going to get in there and put a nice coating on. I've switched sanding sealers also. This is more of a liquidy one, which is going to just be a lot easier to get on the brush and get in there. So we'll just start from the back and kind of hand turn it a little and try and get this evenly spread in there. Now that our sanding sealer has dried, we're going to go ahead and just hit this real lightly with some Scotch-Brite just in case we have any little high spots or if anything got in our sealer while it was drying. So we'll just give a nice light pass to knock down any hard edges. So now we'll go ahead and move on to our polishing. We are going to be using Axe abrasive paste and the polish that comes with it. This is a high-speed friction polish. So what we're going to need to do is wipe some of this on. And then we'll turn our lathe on. And now we'll just try and get this all off. So what we're going to do is keep wiping it down with a clean paper towel, and we'll just keep doing this until the paper towel comes back with no residue on it. Now that all of our abrasive paste is off, we're going to go ahead and switch over to the polish. And we'll go ahead and turn the speed of our lathe up a little bit for this one. So to finish our vase, we're going to be using what's called OB's Shine Juice, and this is equal parts boiled linseed oil, shellac, and denatured alcohol. So I just have some mixed up here in a jar. And again, this is a friction polish, so you need to make sure your piece gets nice and hot. So we're going to put this on and then crank the lathe up pretty much as high as we can go with it. So we'll let that first coat cure a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and put probably 3 or 4 more coats on it.